I am extremely thankful to Pashtun Times for giving me an opportunity to present the case of China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, Pashtun, Baloch and Gilgit version. My name is Dr. Syed Alam Masood. I lead Pakhtunkhwa Ulasi Tehreek, and meanwhile I am convener of Corridor Front, comprising many political parties. What we want to convey to the listeners and to the Pashtuns and to the world at large, the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor is a developmental package for Pakistan, and of course Pakistan is being through one of the worst economic or administrative or law and order crisis. We have seen a lot of brain drain and money drain going out of the country, and investment of China worth so many $1 billion at this very time where the natives Pakistanis are going abroad is a good omen. But the problem with the history of Pakistan, which is not more than 69 years, is that here the tubular vision, prejudice mind, mind specific to a particular locality with very narrow benefit of winning elections has jeopardized many valuable projects in the past. CPAC should not have been controversial, but unluckily it has been. Why? China wanted to go to the warm water of Arabian Sea, rather better to call it Baloch Sea. It's shorter as compared to Strait of Malacca. They will address the deprivation of the Western China. They will reach to the global market, okay. But their original route was through Mastuj, Dir, Fata, which was not accepted by the Islamabad. Second was through Khunjarab, Gilgit, Baltistan, Shara, Karakoram, Bisham, Khwaza Khela, Mingora, Dargai, Mardan, Peshawar, FR Kohat, Banu and Karak, Lucky Marwat, going to Job, Killa Saifullah, Quetta, Basima, Nak, Panjgur and Gwadar. This was also not accepted by the people sitting in Islamabad. That third one was the same from Gujarat to Gilgit, Shaira, Karakoram, Thakot, turning towards that Battagram, Mansehra, Havelia, Haripur, from Haripur to Sawabi, Peshawar, and then the rest of the pathway was the same. This was the route, the only route on which in the era of Asif Ali Zardari, the Chinese and Pakistanis had agreed upon. But unluckily at that time the elections were held, so it was not signed. When elections were held and Pakistan Muslim League, which was elected only from the votes of Punjab, or 99% votes of Punjab, after the Nawaz Sharif took over, 6 or 8 months after that, people came to know that the route has been changed. The new route was from Burhan to Islamabad, Islamabad to Lahore, Lahore to Multan, Multan to Karachi, Multan to Sakkar, Hyderabad, Karachi Coastal Highway, Gwadar. So FATA, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Balochistan were bypassed. This was the first bone of contention on which number of resolutions by the Balochistan and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa assemblies were passed. People like us, helpless people like us from civil society and political parties came to the roads, held a number of seminars, wrote research papers and things like that, and finally on 28 May 2015, Nawaz Sharif agreed that the western route will be the priority route, will be completed first, and the projects of CPEC will be equally distributed among the provinces. Very unlucky to see that just within next budget, which came just 2 weeks after his announcement, everything was 100% wrong, and we were compelled to write a research paper on it based on the budget documents, maps of the Planning Commission, that whatever he announced as a national consensus on 28th May is totally 100% wrong, and China-Pakistan Economic Corridor is no more China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. It has been diverted to Punjab. It should be called China-Punjab Economic Corridor. From that day onward, another movement started based on our information. We knocked the door of every political party. We went to each and every district of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Balochistan, went to Hazara, knocked the doors of Gilgit-Baltistan, and due to that, the whole assembly again and political parties were mobilized. And on 15th January 2016, Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif was again compelled to call another all-parties conference, in which he gave in black and white that I am bound to obey that on 15th July 2018 western route will be completed up to Gwadar. But I am extremely sorry to say that today the last budget of this early harvest phase of CPEC has been presented, and it's 100% wrong, incorrect, false. Whatever promises he had made in APC, in MOUs with the province, in meetings with the honorable leaders like Asfandiar Wali Khan and Maulana Fazlur Rahman, and even the meetings, the public meetings in Thakot, Havelia, Swat, Banu and DA Khan, the PSDP released proves that again everything was just fraud and just wrong. It was just betrayal, and we have been betrayed again. So western route is not there. China-Punjab Economic Corridor is in progress. All the energy project has been given to the eastern route, which is called Lahori route or Punjab route. Out of these projects, $26.30 billion projects have been given to the rich friends or industrialists who are close to Nawaz Sharif, which include Mansha Group, Sachal Group, Angro Group, Tapal Group, Harun Group, Dawood Group. So they will produce costly electricity of thermal, solar, wind, diesel, furnace oil, ignoring our hydropower potential, which could have generated much cheaper and much cleaner energy. Moreover, out of $45 billion projects, out of $45 billion, $35 billion were for energy projects. Out of this, $2 billion were to change the transmission system of Pakistan, which is obsolete, responsible for 28% line losses. Unluckily here, this whole budget has been allotted to Punjab, located between Lahore and Faisalabad. So the rest of the country, in the whole country, not only one province, they will not be able to even utilize the newly installed electricity as a result of the newly installed energy projects. The other injustice is that LNG, liquefied natural gas, Punjab is deficient in gas, the rest of the provinces are having it. We are surplus, Baloch is surplus, Sindh is almost surplus, Punjab is deficient. And this deficit has been completed through federal budget, through CPAC budget, and now Punjab will be having LNG much more than what they need, and all will be sponsored from the funds of the rest of the three provinces. And finally, the root issue is not only still there. This is the last budget, so the only key left with us is the area between Thakur and Havelia. Corridor is bound to come through us, and we have only option not to give land to Federation for Land Acquisition Act Section 4 unless and until they obey whatever they had promised, written, announced, and given us in black and white. Our ultimate result is that the way this corridor is going, it's not China-Pakistan economic corridor, it is China-Punjab economic corridor, and we are not ready to accept it. So what are the ways out left with us? We are having number of ways out with us. Number one, we will not allow the federal government to purchase land between Thakur and Havelia, and if we stop them, how can they carry on their CPAC? The second option left is that we can refuse the loans, the payment of the loans and its interest, which has been borrowed from the Chinese banks for one province. Why we should pay when it's not being utilized? Third option is that we have to mobilize the people. They have to come to the street, we have to have dharnas, we have to have protests, we have to have strikes, we have to have long marches, even up to Beijing, whatever is possible. So this is, beside that, we have got many other ways left. For example, it's a bilateral trade agreement. It's going to sabotage the environment of Gilgit-Baltistan and Hazara, which are lush green areas. No environmental study has been carried out in these areas. Now 4 chains and number of associates coming into this area in terms of oil and gas pipeline, fiber optic cable, motorway 6-lane, and railway. They have to make tunnels, the greenery will be lost. So environmental impact study is a must. They have not done it. If they don't do it and don't make it satisfied, we will definitely go to the door to knock the doors of the court in Pakistan. But if we lose this chance, we are definitely going to knock the door of International Court of Justice. These countries are bound to obey the environmental law of the United Nations, and for that very purpose, we are already in touch with diaspora, Pashtun diaspora living abroad, who are already part of the Pukhtunkhwa Ulisi Tehreek. A week or 10 days after, I'm going to UK, where I'll be meeting those people, and my only purpose is to just to discuss with them that we are very poor and oppressed people. What we are doing in Pakistan is much more than what we can do. So we leave it to you. Can you kindly collect money, hire lawyers, knock the doors of International Court of Justice, that these two countries should be the environmental law and bilateral trade agreements as decided by the UN. If these things are not even decided on this, we are not going to be silent even then. Number of questions are bound to arise. Number one, in Pakistan, this is basically Punjab ruled country. The question of Punjab and the rest of the provinces, the constitutional question will be the first which will arise. Even if we keep quiet, even then it will arise. The second thing is that in 69 years, how many resources of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Pashtun belt has been usurped? And why? And what for? And how can we undo it? The third question will be that there will be an extremely urgent, rather emergent and acute class struggle. This corridor, if it goes through Punjab, it will be 650 kilometers long, going through already developed areas. It's prone to fog in winter and flood in summers, while our route was 650 kilometers shorter, all season friendly, going through the most discriminated and poor areas of the country, full of mineral resources and nearest to the Central Asia. And that's why it was called to be a cluster corridor. If it goes through us, Punjab loses nothing because they are having 10 motorways, railways. We are having no railway system, no motorway system. So this will be another point which will come. And the last is that corridor will bring peace. If they are not giving us corridor, they are not removing or they are not eliminating terrorism in our area. The question of terrorism and Punjab is directly related. Punjab is considered to be the center, and while the FATA is considered to be the fortress of the terrorism. So the nation will feel that Punjab is responsible for my terrorism, my poverty, my ignorance, my discrimination, and my loss in CPAC. So this is going to be a huge sum of anarchy, huge sum of very crucial questions which will arise, and we appeal everyone to support us for the just cause. Thank you very much.